amazing to get a win here because this track has not been my best friend over the years, most of the time through my own doing. So I felt that I had a bit to make amends here. And then obviously it is the most physical track of the season, and it's the longest race of the year. You know, it's half an hour longer than the race in Monza 4 races ago. So by the end I was destroyed. I lost almost 4 kilos. So I was glad to cross the line in the lead.
Yeah, it was a bit more difficult than I would have hoped for, to be honest. For whatever reason in the race, I was struggling a lot with the downshifts and upshifts of the car, which was giving me a lot of pushing under braking, which on a street circuit you don't want. The car was also not where I wanted it to be, unfortunately. A few things, of course, to learn from that, I think, from some decisions that we made throughout the weekend in terms of the setup. Of course, we didn't do a proper long run, so that doesn't help, but it's not like it's a mystery, let's say like that, why it didn't go so well in the race. So we just need to analyze that.
Yeah, tough one today, but I guess a good result from a P3, but also for us as a team and the constructors. That was our goal into the weekend, of course. I want to win, but yeah, to come away with another constructors, that's our goal as a team. So makes up for it, makes up for everything else, and just very proud, happy to celebrate with everyone, and happy that all their work is worth it.
Obviously very proud of the whole team. You know, this is one of the 2 objectives we set out to achieve every year, so to achieve it with this many races to go is very, very impressive. So yeah, just very happy for the whole team.
And what about that incident with Lando as well at the start? That obviously we heard a couple of radio messages. Understand your frustration, obviously. Just talk me through what the talks are going to be like after this TV pen.
I need to go and look at it. You know, obviously there was contact, which is never ideal, but I'll go and have a look at the replays.
Yeah, the start was difficult. Left-hand side, the grip was a bit worse than the right-hand side. Was a bit dirtier and just be more difficult to do a good start. And as well, you know, yeah, it was a shame because I think that defined a bit the race. And as we've seen previously, track position is extremely important. And yeah, just lost a couple of places at the start, and yeah, then stuck behind Leclerc. The pace was really good, to be honest. I felt really, really good in the car, and yeah, just a bit disappointing because the potential was higher, and you know, I think with a better Q3 could have been a different story, but we'll try to do better next time.
It's tough. It's very tough. We are not strong at the moment, and we are struggling massively with the car. Yeah, it's not easy. I wish I could say that I'm positive for the rest of the season. I don't think there's anything in the car at the moment that proves me that we are going to do a step forward, and I think this is the reality of our situation at the moment, and yeah, I don't quite know how to turn that situation around because we don't have new parts or anything coming to the car.
Yeah, it was a very good race for us. The car was fast, the car felt fast. In the first stint, we opened a nice gap with the soft tire, lasts longer than we expected, so that was a very good news. And then slow pit stop, but the car is still very fast in the second stint, and we finished in the same position. So yeah, some fun battles as well. Singapore, never easy to overtake, but as I said, I had an advantage on the tire as well. Everyone fitted the hard on the second stint, I fitted the medium. So that was a good call from the team, and I had this tire advantage that gave me the opportunity to overtake.
The guys are pushing so hard each weekend. I feel pain for all the team, from catering to marketing to the guys in the garage and the engineers who show up every weekend, and they really do give absolutely everything. But the car we have is just, it's not, unfortunately, of the level of the guys up ahead of us, particularly as they've had some upgrades, and we can't match them. So we're on the knife edge trying to get as close as we can. But I think if we can get our qualifying fixed, which is very, very hard to do against these quick cars, then maybe we can get slightly better results. But I mean, ultimately, we're still fighting for fourth, fifth, sixth, you know, at best. So yeah.
Yeah, really happy. After lap one, you know, a bit of an incident, dropped down to P10. Then I was under a lot of threat from Nico behind, who was very fast. And generally on that first stint, I was struggling a lot with the car balance. We made a good step for the second one. And actually we were looking on for P8, because of Alonso's slow stop. Unfortunately, I lost the position to him. He seemed a bit quicker than us today, but happy to score points.
Very good. I honestly had a lot of fun. Was quite long, quite boring for 50 laps. I thought that maybe to get a point we needed safety cars, we needed something to happen in the race. In the end, nothing happened. But when I boxed for the soft tire at the end and we found so much pace, we actually had a lot of fun, overtaking a lot of cars, being the quickest car on track there at the end, and managed to recover a point for the team after a difficult day yesterday, so very happy.
Not a good race. We had an issue, I think, just before pitting, and from there it was just a very, very long race. I couldn't do anything, and I was just hoping for the others not to catch up too quickly, but they did. And clearly we got impacted a lot by the blue flags. We lost a lot there, and Carlos pitted before the blue flag, so he benefited from that, but still we should have done better.
Probably the worst start I ever done in my life. Well, the start itself was okay, but just I can't imagine what I saw there, but just lost the position that I didn't have place to go, to be honest. Every spaces I try to go is just covered by someone for just randomly. So like a terrible first lap. It's a shame that because the pace was really, really good afterwards. So I don't know what to say with that first lap, honestly. The worst start ever.
Well, yeah, we did the best we could. I mean, we tried to hang it out there and wait for a safety car, in the middle of the race, which never came. And then 13th was kind of the best I think we could do today.
It was okay. Just pit lane start, cruising around for a little bit, tried to get past one of the Alpines at the start of the race, but inevitably didn't really have the pace to do it. Had to wait for them to box. Tried to hold on and go long, but didn't really have the tyres. That was pretty much it. We came out with blue flags, so when we did have new tyres, we couldn't even use it because we were stuck behind, I think it was Oscar. And then by the time I had to wait for Oscar to catch the cars in front. So it was all basically what could have gone wrong went wrong. And it was okay, we learned something. I think I tried a lot of things with the setup, and it didn't work, but it was good to cross it off, actually. So that's about it.
We just went very, very long, stayed out most of the race on that set of mediums. Honestly, I don't really know. I need to have a look what happened because Carlos was behind me and then he ended up finishing 10th. So I have no idea what happened in that lap. But yeah, for me, I came out behind the train and he came out in front of the train. So I need to have a look why. But it's frustrating. But for me, obviously, the damage was mostly done yesterday from me. So something to reflect on for sure going forward.
Very tough with no pace, massive degradation. Just I did my best. I do all I can, but nothing comes together, and it's a very frustrating, very long and frustrating day. 50 laps on the medium, that after 10 laps it felt like the tire was falling apart, and it's just very tricky to understand sometimes, and how we are very slow. And sometimes I just don't get the reason how we can be so far off the others.
Hey Gabby, I know you were basically in a world of pain from the start. Just talk me through that moment and the contact and how that affected the rest of your race.
Yeah, definitely didn't help that start. What happened in T1 was unfortunately, and 3 wide in T1, I think sometimes these things happen. I don't think there is anyone's fault there. I think it's just racing, and unfortunately we ended up touching, broke the hand plate, and because we lost a lot of lap time in that first stint, the gaps were pulled away on that moment. And from there on, I think our race was a bit gone, and then we pitted for changing the front wing and tires, and we ended up staying very long in the race. And DAG was quite high for us, so no tires at the end.
Yeah, of course, it was always going to be a tough challenge, but we gained position at the start on the first few laps. We were on for catching Lance at some stage. It was getting better through the race, but we stayed really late, and basically when we boxed, we lost out everything and couldn't recover because of the DRS train in front. So in the race, that was it really. I think we'll turn the page on this one. There will be a week to reflect on what happened exactly throughout the whole weekend. It's a big missed opportunity, and really unhappy with this one.
Very difficult. I mean, from the pit lane, we knew on a track like that to overtake, it's extremely complicated, especially with the sort of speed we have. So yeah, quite frustrating one in traffic, and tried different things, but just impossible to get through. And the only time where we managed to show a bit more pace was when we boxed at the end and fit the soft, and the speed was a bit better, but it was just only 5-6 laps until we caught up some more traffic. So from the pit lane there wasn't much we could do anyway, but a bit long afternoon.
Yeah, not our day, not our race, fair to say. It's if we don't have track position, it's very difficult with our car. And I think generally on this street circuit, where I think you saw overtaking, how kind of almost impossible it is today, unless you have a huge tire delta. And by pitting late, obviously we lost more positions, and I have to review that a little bit, the strategy. But I don't feel, of course, a little bit missed opportunity, but I also feel we didn't really, have an amazing pace, and should have been well into the points.